check in. Okay, this is Blaze Diaries. Hello everyone. I haven't been on YouTube for a while now. I have posted some short clips recently, and to my surprise I had a lot of views, so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. What I want to do today is put a video out there, a full stream, or at least part of it, of how to conquer Everon, which is one of the bigger maps on Arma Reforger, official at least. Now, as some of you might know, obviously on the PC version of Arma Reforger, there's a lot of mods. There's a lot of community servers out there with extra mods and extra weapons and extra features and loads of stuff. Now, if you're a beginner and it's the first time you're getting into Arma Reforger, especially on official, I just want to help you a little bit to understand what kind of tactics to adopt, what the objectives are, and how to get there. Now, I'm not the best player on the map, don't get me wrong. I don't want to push your boundaries there. However, I'm going to go into a pretty much almost empty server, just so I can start from scratch and show you what the first steps would be to get there. Just trying to find one now, and we'll get started shortly. Let me see here. Sign into chat. Open web browser. Yep, I'm gonna have to put this one over here. And I'm gonna put this right here. Might be able to squeeze it a bit more. No? Okay. Might be able to squeeze this a bit more. I should do it. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to load in one of the servers and see what's going on. Got the feeling my mic is probably a bit too high. I don't know, and I can't tell. So if you're getting into the server or into my chats and into my stream, and please tell me if my voice is too loud or the audio of the game is too loud or neither, and I'll do my best to adjust these. These have been taken already. Okay, I'm gonna go and find another one. So whilst I'm trying to find the server, hold on. Oh, none. There must be some empty ones out there. Yes, there are. Perfect. I shall start with this one then. Right, so my dear YouTube watchers, viewers, followers, and none, thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for checking my videos. For the future ones, don't forget to drop a follow if you want to see more. I do have other platforms. I do stream more often on Twitch, sometimes on TikTok. I do have a few shorts uploaded there as well, so please feel free to join and take a look. Have a browse around, drop a follow, drop a like. We will always be very appreciated. I am trying to grow my community, so any follow, every like will count for me. So thank you in advance, and let's get started. So this one theoretically is a completely empty server, So I should be able to start from scratch. So let's get on. So someone has been in this server. So here's my operating base. So this is where we normally start from. Wow, they built everything here. So this is the map. Okay, let me show you the whole thing. This is the whole map. Normally you start at a random point, which will be the main operating base. Okay, so from here you will have to, normally you would start with just the main tent where you spawn in, and you can build yourself a vehicle depot normally. Ideally would be the best start. So you already spawn in with a default loadout that is an M16, as you see the image on the right here. Yeah. So you got a couple of grenades, a couple of med kits you can use, and a few mags. So you start with a basic one. So I'll show you once we log in. So let's get in here. And then the idea is to take over 5 main objectives on the map to win. Okay, so you would be trying to take over the map before the adversaries, which in this case are the Reds. So they would be Russians, but let's not call them the Russians, let's call them the Reds. So we are the Blues and we're fighting against the Reds. Okay, let's not use any of the actual nationalities. Let me see here, 1 second. As far as I know, I'm the only player in here, which is perfect. Various buttons on the keyboard will allow you to use various functions. So one of them is binoculars. So this is B to B on the keyboard to equip the binoculars. It doesn't have a zoom, but it's a really, really good view. So that's good. And then you have the lights. So you have, as you can see on the screen, there it shows unequipped flashlight, switch on, and so forth. P for players, to see how many players you've got in your group menu. So that's my group. I'm on Atlas Red 1, and that's the frequency I would use. You can change the frequency by pressing G on your keyboard. As you can see here, this is your channel 1, the one you're using with your own team, and this is the platoon channel, so everyone can hear you in your platoon, basically the Blues, let's say. Now to switch channel on this one, you have to click with your left one, and you select the channel. And if you want to change channel, you can use Q and E on the keyboard to switch. So you can go, well, obviously I'm the only player in the game, so in this case there will be only my frequency or the platoon channel. So I'll leave it on here, otherwise there would be others depending on how many players there are in the game. Now we don't need the lights, we're going to unequip it, and O, the keyboard on the keyboard, pulls up your watch, which is useful when it's nighttime. It gets really dark, so you can keep an eye on the time and know what time of the night is and how long it will take you until daytime. So here's my character. As you see, it comes already as a standard equipment here. So you get all these as standard, every one of them. So you got the bandages, you got tourniquet, a band that can be tied around limbs to reduce blood loss to an arm, blah blah blah. Morphine injector, the entrenching tool, which you will need to have on you, because you will use that to build the various structures you have in the base. You have 2 smokes, smoke grenades, 2 grenades, or actually 1, 2, 1, and 6 mags for your M16A2. Okay, that's your radio, which you will need to be able to communicate. So, as you can see, this base was already fully built by some other player that played earlier. And all these NPCs you see around here, these are NPCs you can spawn in when you build the living accommodations. So, let me show you here. This is the living quarters, basically. So you have either this one, which is the small one, a small tent, or you can have the big one, which I'll show you when we get to the point. Now, to be able to request personnel, so spawn in NPCs to defend the base, you will need to reach the rank of sergeant, as you can see there at the bottom of my screen. Now, to get to there, you'll have to do a lot of things. This is the medical tents. In the medical tents, you will be able to find provisions for whatever you need during the missions. So you got bandages, which are useful to have. I always usually carry about 5 of them with me, simply because you can get shot many times. A saline solution is very useful to have, actually. I always carry at least 1 of those, and an extra morphine injector. Now this, in case you bleed out and you're about to die, you can use a saline injection to boost your blood, basically, blood reproduction kind of thing. Normally, this is what you would spawn in when you start fresh. This is your command post. Okay, so in here you have your building mode, basically. So you press F when you get in front of that little board, and this is our base. Now you can zoom back out with a little mini wheel on the mouse. So this is your perimeter. You can move around with the directional arrow, directional buttons, which is A, D, W, and S. So you can build any structure available on here on the menu within this radius. Okay, so we already have a helipad, fuel supply, floodlights, a light vehicle maintenance point, another floodlight. This is a heavy vehicle maintenance point, medical tents, field hospital they call it, ammunition supply. I don't know why they built 2, because you only need 1 effectively. Okay, and the living quarters. Okay, the other big living quarters are these ones. Now, if you see here, when you look here, the main operating base, Point California, is where you are. This is how much supplies you have. This is the limit. This is how much we have so far. These are all the available services so far. So as you can see, they are complete. And this is how much the percentage of, how do you say, the production of supplies. So the more structures you have, the more your percentage grows up, and the faster your supplies will regenerate. So you can use those supplies to build more stuff, to spawn equipment like helicopters, vans, jeeps, trucks, whatever you need, basically. Without resources, you won't be able to do that. So it's in your interest to have a good percentage of respawn, of supply spawning. Each of these structures will boost the production of supplies. As you see here, when I hover over the radio station, this is the first thing you need to build, by the way, in order to have communication between one base and another, and reproduction of the supplies. This is the first thing you need to have. Normally you place it around the closer to the command post. Second one is the ammunition supply. That gives you what, 3% boost. Light vehicle maintenance 3%, small fuel supply 2%, living quarters, the small ones 7%, medicals, field hospital boosts it up by 14%. This one is my favorite because it boosts it up by 41%. This one is also good, 11%, and you can build it straight away when you start at soldier rank. You have the helipad, which you need to be a sergeant. So as you can see, the grades are listed on all these buildings. Then you have reinforcement buildings, so structures. You have bunkers, defensive positions. You also have machine gun nest, covered and not covered, roadblocks. There's a lot of really cool stuff. And then you have all these bits here you can place on the road or to block a fence and trap. Basically, it's like a razor wire barrier, which are useful to have actually, because at night you can't see them. So if you have enemies trying to infiltrate your base and you have these around, they get trapped in them and they get slowed down a lot and they bleed out. They can bleed out. It's very sharp. And then you have small plastic bags, large plastic sand walls. Basically, these are useful as well. So you will see what I do normally when I build the first bases. And then you have the small, medium, and large camouflage canopy. What I usually do when I take over a base, the first thing I do, depending on the size of the base as well, if it's a small one, I don't really bother in putting all this stuff around, unless it's in a strategic point. Now, if it's a big base, first thing I do, put the radio tower in. Second one is going to be the large camouflage tent, which I normally place it same around the command post. And once I build this, I place one of the ammunition supply points under the canopy. The reason for this is if your base is under attack by snipers or the enemies are outside the range, the perimeter here, you won't be alerted. Once the enemies enter this perimeter, this radius, you will hear the alarm or you will hear the radio saying base is under attack. Okay? Normally these guys, when you have them in the base, the NPCs, they will give suppressing fire. They will fight for you. However, they're NPCs at the end of the day, so they won't be as skilled as an actual player. Hope that makes sense so far. I know I am talking a lot, but that's what I'm trying to do, is explain as much as I can. Okay? The houses here can be used as structures, I mean defensive positions whatsoever. Okay? So, back to this. Once I build a large camouflage netting, I put one of the ammunition supply point under it, and then I focus on the rest of the stuff of the buildings. Depending on what needs I have for the next mission, I might need to build a truck supply point, or if I want the base to be defended, I will build one of these ones. Or a small vehicle, light vehicle maintenance point. Okay. Right, so, because I'm only a soldier now, I won't be able to access the full ammunition and guns and whatever. I'll show you what's available. So we go here, this is where you get your equipment, clothing. So I normally take, you can have the medical backpack, which gives you a few slots so you can carry some more stuff with you. Now this is all stuff that you already have normally, okay? This is what you don't have. This is a repair tool that you can use to repair damaged vehicles. However, you will need to have some sort of resources or supplies nearby in order to do that, depending on the vehicle size as well. We have everything else, so we don't need anything else. I don't like having the sleeves up, so what I do is change this. I'll take this off and I put this on. Reason being, if I want to be as camouflaged as possible, I'm gonna have to be here, all covered in green, right? So that's pretty much me. And we're gonna close this one, and then we can go to the weapon arsenal. Now, here's the weapon arsenal. What we have available, because we're only soldiers right now, you can choose between having a M16 with a grenade launcher, or you can have M249, which is a LMG. Quite heavy to manage, but lots of bullets in it, so you can use it to attack small bases and stuff when you're like in a fair medium to short range. And then you have a 66mm one-shot disposable anti-tank rocket launcher. I'm not a big fan of this one because, as you can see, it's a one-shot. Not really make much sense to carry one. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just get a few extra mags of these, and I'll take myself a little pistol in case I get knocked out and the enemies are close. Take some smokes with me if I need, and some extra nades. Put this over here, and then don't forget, save your loadout. This way, when you have to respawn if you die, you already have your loadout ready. Bear in mind, if you get killed and you're respawning, make sure you select a base where you can respawn with your saved loadout. If the base doesn't have an ammunition supply or living quarters, you will only be able to spawn with your what's it called? Your standard setup, your standard loadout. Hope that makes sense. Now we open the map. We are here. The bases that have the blue, the purple, pink, whatever writing in big, those are the main bases. Now the objective is to take 5 of them in order to win the game. First team, the first squad, the first team that takes over 5 bases and keeps it for 5 minutes wins. Okay, as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in total. If you have 7 in total, there's not really much to go for. So you have to be quick, you have to be effective, and you have to be tactical. Okay? Now, what we're going to do, obviously, we're going to try to take over this one. To get to this one, I will need to go through here. So I prefer getting rid of these ones because they're on the main road. So I'm going to have to take them out, take that little base, and I can build a little spawn point there so I can be closer in case I get downed. So what we'll do, we'll use a, no, that's too small. I'm going to take a truck and I'm going to go take over that base, and I'm going to build a radio tower and an ammunition supply. So if I die, I can spawn quickly back up and go take the main base. Let's do it. Here we go. So this is the main operating base again. So this is our truck spawn. Now this one is the best one to take supplies over. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it over here, and I might be able to load it from here. Let's see. Boom. Now on official, you can change from first person to third person with the enter button on the right hand side of the keyboard, not the main one, the second one. So it might be useful. Now to load the supplies in, you go at the back. It opens the menu to load. Scroll down to load supplies and load until it's full. So you can carry 1,500 supplies, which is quite a lot. But you will see how many supplies you need to build all of this. There's a lot. Well, now because it's hard to maneuver such a big vehicle, I like to put it on third person sometimes, just so I can see where I'm going. Now, another trick you can use when you have NPCs, you can go to this guy over here, for example, and you click recruit. Okay, so how to do this when you get close to one of the NPCs, I don't know how that button is called. So on the keyboard, where you have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0, the button on the keyboard that is right before number 1. So I don't know what symbols those are. I don't know how to try call them. You just press on that. This little wheel shows up. And here you can give commands. Normally it's recruit 1. You should be recruit here. And then you can choose which commands to give this this NPC. So I will tell this guy to follow me.
Copy.
Oh, I'll tell him to get inside in a second. Once I close this, check it again, and I'll tell him to get in.
Squad, get in a vehicle.
Acknowledged.
Now he will. What is he doing? Bruh. Not the smartest, is he? There you go. So he's coming with me. Let's go. Pretty cool, right? They can even drive. The other day I was playing with another guy, and then I recruited one of these NPCs, and we had an LAV, which is an armored sort of tank. And by mistake, I gave the command to get in, and the guy got in the tank and started driving it. The NPC, which is amazing. So there's a lot of things you can do on this, and I find it amazing, to be fair. Now, right ahead of us, down there's a roadblock. So I'm gonna have to stop here. And I'm gonna tell this guy to get out as well. Get out.
Squad, dismount.
Acknowledged.
I'm curious to see if I have a view. Oh, I won't be able to get through here. Okay, I'll have to use the gates. I'll show you what I'm trying to do. I'm going to try to get on top of that tower to try and take out that roadblock. Oh, they already started shooting at us.
Copy. Will go.
I hope he doesn't get killed. Oi, get out.
Squad, dismount.
Good man. Oh, he's got a grenade launcher. Boom. There you go. He's dead. He's dead. Yep, he's definitely dead. Now, the base is right on this dirt road going that way. So, apparently I didn't attract any attention from them. So we're gonna back down. Oh! Someone did hear me. Okay.
Squad, follow me.
Acknowledged.
Let's crouch with X. And then we're gonna go outside. Oh! Where are they? That's the only downside of being a soldier, is that you don't have access to any scopes until you upgrade to corporal and sergeant. Where is he? There he is. Stay in the ditch. Now to sprint, what I usually use is left shift whilst I'm moving forward. So left shift is to sprint. If you double digit on it, it will automatically sprint. Okay, that's the other ones. There you go, there's a few of them over there. Lay down here. Let's see if I can take any of them out. Well, there's one down at least. Two down.
Wilco. Copy.
Okay, I'll have to change position because I don't have any view. And I need to reload. Now you get downed. I think I got him. Let's go double check.
Acknowledge.
They're all down. Now what I like to do is to take their weapons. They're a bit more effective. So this guy, for example, he's got a rocket launcher. So, let's see. This I can get rid of, this I can get rid of. So double click with the left one and I can take these. Oh, crap. Okay. be able to. Nope. Okay. There you go. That's one. No, I don't need that. Where's the... Nope, I don't need. Okay. He doesn't have a... He doesn't have it. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's find ourselves another AK. Do you have it? This has a lot of them. Okay, it's fine. I'll live with one. Two of them. This one doesn't have it either. This. I'm pretty sure there was at least one of them that had. What about you, bro? You don't have a AK. What is going on? No AKs. Okay, that's fair. Right, let's go. Quick tip, how to use your chat, the voice chat obviously, that is. To use your vicinity chat, you press T, and as long as you press it you can talk. If you want it permanent, double click it and you can see there on the screen on the left, the lock appears on it. So you're basically talking live and everyone near you can hear you, up to a certain distance, I think normally about 10-20 meters. Click once to deactivate that. If you want to use the radio channel, this one is the radio selection, so it's on 38 megahertz. That's my team's channel, my group's channel. If you want to use the platoon channel, double click on caps lock and it will switch to platoon channel. Double click again on caps lock and it switches back to radio channel, team channel. So to use it you have to hold press on it and talk. If you want to use the chat, which rarely is useful to be fair, I mean just in case you want to send a message to someone in the group without talking, if you're maybe close to enemies and you don't want to use the radio because they can hear you if you're close enough. The keyboard, the button on the keyboard with slash and question mark, press on that and it opens the global channel, and using up and down, using the arrows up and down on the keyboard, the ones on the right hand side of the keyboard, you can switch between group channel, local channel and global channel. As far as I know, the global channel is for everyone to read, and that might include the enemies, so be careful what you write there. Once you write the message, hello, just press enter and it sends it on the whole channel. Okay. Now we're gonna try and sneak and see if we can spot anyone. But the closer we can get without being seen, the better. This way we can take them by surprise. So always stay low and stay in the bushes. Best thing to do. And you can zoom in a little bit with using your right hand button on right button on the right click on the mouse. Hold it pressed, you can zoom in, unpress it, depress it, zooms in, back in again. Okay, I'm not seeing anyone, which is worrying. Could be that the previous player has already killed them, just didn't take over the base. Where is everyone? Oh, apparently we're taking it over. So there's no, oh no, there's one guy over there. So let's try to use the rocket launcher and see what happens. I'm gonna point this at him and shoot. And I missed. I think I need to shoot a bit lower. Makes a lot of noise, as you can see. I think I might have done that guy over. Oh no, there he is. Oh, and still didn't take him. Well, we are taking over the base, as you can see. So how it works, in order to conquer a base, to capture a base, your numbers must be superior to the occupants. So, for example, in this case, there's 2 of us and 1 of them. And now there's 2 of us and none of them. So we basically, when the yellow bar up there on top is fully yellow, that means we have taken off the base. We can go and bring the supply truck over and start building the structures that we need. Which is amazing, isn't it? Almost done.
Copy.
Alpha main to all
And that's
stations.
done.
We've seized the enemy COD
And
at Point
as you can
Florida.
see, we've
Out.
gone up by 1 rank, so we're up to corporal now. I'm gonna go get the truck, the supply truck, and I'll bring it over. I'm gonna get this guy to stand here. Defend.
Squad, watch the perimeter.
Acknowledged.
Good man. Pretty neat, isn't it? I'm hoping that the truck hasn't despawned. It shouldn't have by now, but you never know. Sometimes they do despawn. If you leave them unattended for too long, they will despawn. And let's hope this is not the case. Nope, yep. There it is, still there. As you can hear, the stamina does go down when you're running or sprinting. So keep that in mind as well, especially when you have a sniper and you're trying to move fast around. You will have to keep an eye on your stamina, because when you stop, you'll have to wait for the stamina to be recovered in order to be able to aim with your sniper. The graphics though, look at that. Amazing, isn't it? Place ourselves properly. Put it in third person. And then switch back in. Don't forget to put the handbrake, otherwise some vehicles will tend to keep going. And then stop the engine. You want to avoid the noise and get out. Then go at the back and select unload and hold F until it unloads. First thing we need is the radio tower. Go here and let's place the radio tower. I'm gonna be putting it somewhere here. There you go, that should do the job. And then where do we need a fuel supply? Do we? Nah, we can do that later on. Let's do that. And press 0 to equip the entrenching tool. And get inside the structure and hold F until it builds it. More teammates you have in the team that you can use, they can help, the faster it gets to build everything. If you're on your own, it will take a bit longer. Unfortunately, I think that's one of the functions that the NPCs unfortunately don't do. It would be really cool though, if they would. Who knows, maybe one day. So now, we are connected to our main base. So you see, once you build the radio tower, this symbol appears. And you're connected with the next base. And you see the red lines? That means that's how much signal you have. That's how much signal you're covering, basically. Okay, so the next objective will be this one here. I would normally take this one. There's no point in this case. If it was a big team and there were players on the other team on the other side as well, that would have been useful to have a big base to spawn in close by. In this case, there's no point. Okay, so we're gonna focus on taking over Indiana, which is one of the big bases. So let's build the ammunition supply just in case, so I can actually hold on, I need more supplies, so I'm gonna have to unload a bit more. Now, you will gain experience points to go up the ranks by doing pretty much all these actions. So building, transporting troops, transporting supplies, unloading. It will all help, as you can see there. Still goes up. So it's useful to do all these things if you're gonna go up the ranks a bit faster. Now, if you remember what I said earlier, what I like to do is put a big canopy, like somewhere close by, for example here. How close can I get? So the arrow obviously indicates where it goes and what direction it aims to, so that's the main entrance in the canopy. I'm gonna go build that. I wonder though if it lets me do this. Let's see. Fire will look at, hold fire, get in, heal, get out, hold, defend, move. No, it doesn't let me do any of that. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it on our own. Let's do it. just in case I missed it, to access the maps on the keyboard, press the letter M. M for mother. And if you want to move a structure around, when you're trying to place it, I'll show you now. Well, next one is ammunition supply. So we're gonna zoom back, turn around, and we're gonna go in there. Now you see it's not symmetric to the canopy. Use left shift and use the mouse to point the direction. So obviously the yellow arrow means that's the front of the ammunition supply point. Once we directed it, we just place it nicely and neatly. When it's white, it means you can place it. So left click and it's placed. And now we're gonna go build it. So if it happens that we get attacked by enemies from the forest over there, from the tree line and so forth, and if you spawn in, you need quickly some cover to be able to grab some extra ammunition or grenades or whatever. The canopy does provide that kind of visual barrier, so you can, that buys you a little bit of time, let's say. Another thing I like to do.
Additional weapons, ammunition, and supplies have reached Point Florida. Out.
Unload a bit more. Go. Another thing I like to do, especially in big bases, once I've done that, I build the canopy and I put the ammunition supply under it, I like to defend it with a little bit of protection around it. So what I'm trying to say with that is we go here and select these ones. So you have these ones that have a little window where you can see through, which is useful, absolutely. Or you have the ones without it. Now, these can be destroyed with the rocket launcher, so keep that in mind. They do offer a little bit of protection, but rocket launchers or grenades normally destroy them. So, what you can do, select one and start doing this. Place them around the perimeter. Say around here. Yeah. And then the next one will follow in the same direction. And then you can change if you want to turn around. You can get closer, change your angle, and go like this. And then we can change these. And place a random one like this so you can see. And then we can do this. Boom. Like this. Yep, pretty much. Boom. Now, keep an eye on the supplies because you might run out if you do this. We're not going to build them. I'm just going to put them there for now. And if I get bored, I normally spend some time in building those. I do like building, to be fair. There we go. Now, the truck is completely empty now. Oh, there's still some left. Where were we? There we go. Go back to this one. And let's place some more. So, direction. There you go. Boom. No, I don't need that one. There you go. Put it like this. So this can go here. This can go here. Alright, again, ran out of supplies. So that makes sense? So you can do this around the whole perimeter. So normally, when depending on how many structures you have, if you have the living quarters as well, and you die, you will spawn randomly in one of the structures you have on the base. That can be living quarters, that can be the main tent, that can be the radio tent, and that could also be the bunker. If you have a bunker, you might be able to spawn in, you will spawn in there as well at some point. So it's kind of random. There we go. Now, our resupply ratio is quite low at 9%. That's because we only have this and the radio tower with the ammunition supply. So I don't have enough supplies to build anything else at the moment, so I'm going to leave it like this, and we're going to move towards our next objective. But first, I want to see if I can grab some better weapons. So we're going to go here. Now I can have the sniper, which is good. It's an M21 SWS. And I can't get the scope yet, which is annoying. However, I can get the M16 carbine, which is better than the M16A2, simply because it's fully automatic and you can stick a scope on it. Boom. So left click, select it, so right click, select it, and it will appear straight in your inventory, and then with the left click you select it and drag it over on the weapon you want to put it on. Obviously this one will go on the M16, as you can see there. This one is the one that goes on the M21. Now we need to get to Sergeant to be able to have that. Just take a few mags of this. And that's pretty much it. Yep. Fair enough. Let's save, load out. And let's move on. Yep, as you can see there, it says the invalid because I still have some of the Red's items on me, so it doesn't save those, only US ones. I'm gonna leave this guy here.
Squad, watch the perimeter. Acknowledge.
And we're gonna head over to here, Indiana. I'm going to take a little bit of a shortcut, cut through the fields. I'm gonna put the handbrake on if I can find it. There it is. And stop the engine. Cool. Let's get out. Get this on. And this gives me a 4x scope. Don't think there's any NPCs around here. It's always good to keep an eye out. So other players can join at any time in official. So whilst I'm playing, for example, other players could join in randomly. It will show up on the screen if someone joins. Let's hope it doesn't. Not that I would mind, but I would like to keep it simple and just give you the guide I'm trying to give you to help all of you new players. That's the main tent. See if there's any movement around. I'm not seeing anyone. What the hell? Oh, there he is. There was one. There's 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5. Okay, better be careful. Sorry. I don't have a suppressed gun yet. I'm gonna make a lot of noise once I start shooting. So I better be, let's say, quite selective. Don't seem to be anyone around here. So they don't see me going up. So, stay down. That's one. And there's 2. 3. 4. 5. Reload. I might die. I can't actually see where they're shooting from. I am hurt. So press 6 and bandage. So 6 gives you access to the bandages when you have them in your inventory, and then you press R to use the bandage. There's one underneath here, so I need to... Let's see if this works. Whoa. I'm in danger. I'm gonna have to wait until they stop shooting at me. Ooh. Okay. Uh-oh. Trying to throw grenades at me. Where is he? Hmm. Okay. When you're wounded, you tend to sway a lot more when you're trying to aim, especially if you're standing. It's really hard to shoot. Okay. Whoa, he got me. Oh. He was good. He's good. He's good. Alright. Military depot. Back to it. And deploy. You see here? Saved loadout. So basically spawned back in where... it didn't save the rifle. Fair enough. Let's open that again, shall we? M16A2, no. This, yes. Extra. Oh no, actually I don't. This can go. Right, can have this. Thank you. Oh, I can have this as well now. Right. Right, Why do I have so many things? Let's see, these. Yeah, that's fine. Save loadout.
Alpha Main to Atlas, Red 1-1.
Oh.
You just received a battlefield promotion to Sergeant. Hang on to that initiative.
Well, there you go.
Out.
Now I have this. And I can have... Oh, where is it? There it is. Right. I need to get rid of some stuff. I got too many things on me. Like... two. Okay, let's see... What else do I have a lot of? 3 of these. Okay. Go. And now we're going to put this. So we open, when you select the weapon, to put the suppressor on, you hover over it, make sure it's all orange, and then you press I on the keyboard, select the suppressor, drag it over, and place it here. So now you have a silenced M16 automatic. And save loadout. It's getting dark, so whoopee. Not enough supplies to build this, so I'll have to come back later. I'll have to use this. So I kinda got myself trapped in there. I did take down quite a few of them. But being on my own, I don't think I'm doing too bad. Let's see if that guy's still there. My body definitely is. Now, since it's getting dark, I'm gonna have to move quite quick. I don't see any movement. Okay. See if we can take out the rest of them over here, so I can take over the base. I didn't catch his breath. So the bigger the base, the more units you have to take over. The more... It's good to listen to your surroundings as well. And that's two of them. Be careful, sometimes always double shot them. Double tap them, because sometimes you only knock them out and they will get back up. Don't know if there's any left. The only way to find out is to get closer. Before I do that, I'm gonna swap my optics. Can I put him here? No. Put him here. Yep. There we go. And that's a red dot. For close range. I might need that. Alright. Let's move to it closer. I need to be close enough to take over. There he is. And he's down. Double tap. And moving on. Bombastic. There you go. Sometimes when you take over the base, once you've captured it, some of the NPCs, AIs, they might still spawn and come to try and take back the base. They won't take it back, but they will kill you. They will attempt to kill you. So you will have to go back, take them out, and then you can build. If you have enemies on the perimeter, you won't be allowed to build until you take them out. There we go. That's ours. So there you go. See. So if there's an enemy within the radius of the base, we'll say building not available, enemy in the area. So because there's no enemy in the area so far, we're gonna build this. Let's see if I can place it here. Nope. Here. Nope. Here. Don't want to put it there. I want to put it here. Let's see. Is this a good point to put it? Yeah, don't like to. Fuck it, I'll just put it here. And then... I don't think I'll be able to place the canopy because this one is a bit too big. I'll try to put this one. And I'm afraid this is not big enough. put it here. And then I can put this one. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. But I won't be able to, it won't let me place it because it's too big. With some bases, it's going to be a bit hard to make things fit. So, let's see. Where, doesn't let me place it here? No, too small, too big. Let's put this one in the meantime. And then we put a fuel depot right over here. And then place this right over here. Yep, that works. Now it's gotten dark, so we're lucky that here is pretty lit, as you can see.
Alpha Main to all stations. A transmitter tower has been raised at Point Indiana. Out.
Oh, it's a lot harder during the nighttime to take over bases because you can't see them, especially when there's other players. Now maybe you can adjust your gamma and beat the darkness, but still quite hard. There's quite a difference between playing on console and playing on a PC. This is a cross-platform, so you will, especially on official, you will fight against console gamers as well. Keep that in mind. It is very much a skill-based game, so it's not like because you go up in ranks doesn't mean you become stronger. You just have access to more weapons or vehicles or gear or whatever. Which I think is fair. It's good.
Alpha Main to all stations. Heavy vehicles are now available from the depot at Point Indiana. Out. Alpha Main to all stations. We've just built a barracks at Point Indiana. Out.
There we go. I'll show you why I built the the machine gun nests. Actually, hold on. There you go. I hope this is better. I got a feeling that my mic was a bit too loud. Continue. There we go. Okay. Nope. All right.
Alpha Main to all stations. Additional weapons, ammunition, and supplies have reached Point Indiana. Out.
Now that we have these, I'll go back to my living quarters, and as long as you have supplies available, you can spawn your NPCs. Now what I like to do, now because I have 1 and 2 machine gun nests, and there's another one here, that was already there. Click here and you have machine gun, boom, and one of them will place,
Hold your ground.
will take over the machine gun, and we're going to place another one here,
One. Hold your ground.
and another one here.
One. Hold your ground. One. Hold your ground.
And then we're going to put a fire team around here. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, the capacity is at 100% now. Won't be able to spawn anymore. So they will defend the base as best as they can. And you can see here, this guy's already on it. Good man, John King. And we can focus on going and taking over the next base. So, we are here. We've taken this one over. Gonna go down, and the next objective will be the military hospital in Ohio. If the town or the base that you need to take over still shows this yellow icon like this, it means you need a radio connection, radio tower connection. So that means the next closest one to it will be this one, or potentially this one here. So we're gonna go to this one first, because it's on the way.
Atlas Red 1
I'm gonna
to
have
all
to take the
stations.
main road,
We're
exit from
securing the
here,
objective
follow
at
this
Point
road
Kansas.
all the way
Out.
here. Okay. And since we've got this, but I do need supplies. So what I'll need to do is grab a truck, load it up, and take it over. Okay. And just put these guys.
Squad, watch the perimeter.
And go here. Grab a truck. Come on, give me supplies. No supplies, huh? There you go. 10,000 supplies. We got loads of supplies because it's a big base. They already are spawning with loads of supplies. So we're gonna need one of these. So we're gonna place it straight here. Boom. And we're gonna go fuel up. Not that it needs fuel, but I can show you how to do it. So if you find a fuel pump anywhere on the map, you can park your car next to it or truck, go next to the fuel and hold F. Any petrol station, as long as there's a pump for it, you can fill it up. Okay. And then, to get supplies, we're gonna need to find containers that have that symbol, so let me just park it next to it. Brake on. And exit. So, if you find containers with this symbol next to it, okay, with that symbol it means there's supplies normally in it. You can go next to this and open, and it tells you how many supplies there are. So that's 1500 supplies. Capacity of the truck is 1500, which is great. So we're gonna go turn around and load it. There are various points on the map where you can find supplies, not necessarily just in bases. I'll show you where. At least on official. Look on the map, you see these green symbols here, that means there's a supply depot there, which is normally guarded by NPCs. So you'll have to take them out first before you can access it and load. Once you depleted the supplies in the container disappears. Get in, close the door, and drive away. You can normally break the barriers. Just drive through them. Sometimes when you go through towns as well and villages, there might be still NPCs around patrolling the area, so you might get shot at. Be careful on that. The ones you need to be afraid of and be careful with is the ones that have RPGs on them, because they can blow you up straight away. There's a petrol station. Oh. So I just spotted 2 NPCs. So I'll have to take them out first. That's one. Yeah. And that makes 2 of them. Now the base is right over there where you see that little light. I'm gonna have to try and get close and see if I can take them out from here. Where's the other one I took out? Is he still alive? No. Equip? Nope, I don't want to equip it. This guy's down as well. Let's see, how close can I get? So it's normally nighttime. They don't actually... They don't normally see you unless you're like close enough. Or when you start firing. They will tend to come towards you once you start shooting. So it's good to have a strategic approach. They have a roadblock over there as well, which normally there's 2 or 3 NPCs on it. What I'll try to do is get as close as possible, get a good view. Maybe if I cross the road. My truck is still over there. It's fine. It's safe. I don't want to get too close with the truck, because if there's a NPC with a rocket launcher, it will blow me up, and I lose the supplies, which is a pity. We don't want that, do we? Let's see. Okay, so I can see one of them. And if I place myself over here like this, let's see if changing maybe this. Will I be able to see him? Yep. And he's down. See, as soon as I started shooting at them, they already started shooting this way. So shoot and then move, shoot and move, shoot and move. They keep shooting in the direction where they think I am. And that's because they can't see me. That gives me enough time, hopefully, to move around and change position, put myself in another better place, and take them out. See, there's one over there. Saw me. swapped this one because this one we can zoom in. So to zoom in with the scope on the M21, you press Alt, left Alt, and then so once you're scoping in, press Alt and then use the wheel on the mouse to move in or out. One down. Just remember you have 10 bullets in the mag. One guy over there. Two of them actually. One out. One more. Okay. Two more down. Oh, he's not down. He's down now. See one more over there. He's down. Look at him. He's down. Oh, there's one more. There's one more. There you go. Oh, where are you at? He's bandaging. One more. Saw how the guy run. He's definitely dead. I saw one more guy running. So there could be potentially one more left. And we're lucky that the moon is out, so there's no rain. If it's rainy, it would be a lot darker. So the weather is going in my favor, which is great. There's one more, and I know I saw him move. Is he over there? Swap. There he is. Fuck. I think he's down now. I think that's the last one. Let's hope so. Yep. Managed to take them all down. I'm impressed. Go. See what I mean with double tapping? I only knocked him out. The guy was getting up. Now, whilst I'm capturing the base, just a quick tip. Because this little town here is in between two main bases, it would be a good strategy to, and you have the room as well, as you can probably see in a second, it's good to have it well built with defenses and pretty much all the structures you could need to move on. You have supplies and everything. So what you want to do is to build it and reinforce it properly. Have all the stuff you need: ammunition supply, truck supply, helicopter pad even if you can, or and living quarters, and build defenses around it. Reason being, because you have two main bases around it, you might need to be able to spawn as close as possible, and because it's on a main road where the enemies could use to travel from one point to another if they're not using a helicopter. You have a good defense base here, and you can spawn and defend and fight back basically if needed. Alright, let's go and get the truck. There's our truck. Lights off. And stop engine. And get out. And we're gonna get in the truck. At night, it's quite hard to build. Mainly if it's really dark, you can't see where to place your stuff. It can be a bit challenging sometimes. You can always use the lights of the vehicles. Oh. Apparently there's still some enemies around. Ah, they got me. See what I mean? They come back. I won't be able to spawn there, so I'll have to go... Which one is the closest one? Yeah, I'll have to go back here. At least I brought the supply truck there, so that's good. Use this little jeep here to move quickly. Right, I've got this little guy. Perfect. Let's just take... Take this off. Put this on. Oh! Put this on. Yep, there you go. And then drive. Bruh. These are a lot faster and easily manageable. Oh, it's getting cloudy now. Stop engine. Let's see if I can spot them. Not seeing anyone there. There's one in there. Well, at least no one went to the M62. Roadblock. Those guys potentially came from inside the village. Now, let me show you a quick thing. We are here. Oh, no, we are right here. You see these red peas? Now, what that means is, mainly in towns, it means is there's a roadblock or there's potentially NPCs around there. So, when you have a base nearby and you take over the base, those NPCs will come towards you and will kill you. So keep that into account. Okay, now let's see. Where are they? I know I spotted one at least. Where's the rest of them? Not there. Where did they go? Probably hiding in the bushes, which is annoying. Because then I can't spot them. And you see, because it's getting cloudy, I cannot see. So, time is 4:30 in the morning, which is not bad. I mean, soon enough it'll be morning. The sun will be rising, and I'll be back in action. I think there's one of them inside the tent. Am I saying correctly? Not necessarily. The binoculars on again. Where are they? They're definitely hiding in the bushes there. Which doesn't really work in my favor now, does it? So you probably noticed my ranks has gone up to lieutenant, which again opens up a lot of other stuff as well. There's the helicopter, which I personally haven't learned yet how to land with. I can take it up, I can fly up and forward and right and left, and I cannot land it. I can't figure it out yet. I know the controls pretty much with JR, but I haven't figured how to alternate them in order to land safely. And then there's another really cool one, which is the mortar. So the mortar, you can place it and then you can literally light up whole bases with it from a distance. But if I remember correctly, you require to have probably 2 people operating it. One that gives the coordinates in terms of which direction you need to point it at, and the other one that fires. Well, might be able to do it in one, but I haven't tried it yet, so we'll get to that point. I'm gonna have to try and sneak over. For the love of God, I cannot see them. There's no one there, as far as I can tell. No. They probably went back into town. I won't know until I get close enough. Oh well. It is getting lighter. Yep. Okay, they left. Just like that. Let's build.
Alpha Main to all stations. We've just raised the transmitter tower at Point Kansas. Out. Alpha Main to all stations. We've just built a barracks at Point Kansas. Out. All stations, this is Alpha Main. A cistern for refueling is ready at Point Kansas. Out. All stations, this
There we
is
go.
Alpha Main. There's a depot for light vehicles at Point Kansas. Out.
You want to place your defenses around the perimeter of the base in order to be able to defend it from all angles. Either that being bunkers, either that being sandbags, that being machine gun nests as well. It's good to have them pointing out. You can always place some floodlights that can help when it's nighttime. Obviously, make sure the lights point towards the outside of the base, so you can see potential enemies coming. Of course, you can use flares at night when you're attacking a base. You have teammates with you, one of them can have a grenade launcher and use it to launch flares up in the sky, and they will give you a few seconds of light over the base you're trying to take over or attack. There you go, that's a bunker, so you can spawn in this if you get attacked. And you get a little bit of protection to fight incoming enemies. have a look how this is looking. Brilliant. Awesome. So we got our defensive base here. Fantastic. We got ammunition supply. We got a bunker over there, radio tower. The only corner that is not covered is this one. I haven't got enough of those. Great. So what we'll do is we got one here. See, these are quite good to have. They can protect you from that corner. Five. And our next flights. See, now that we have the radio connection, we can go and take Ohio.
Atlas, Red, 1, to all stations. We're securing the objective at point Ohio. Out.
Gee, this is good to have. This is a good defensive structure to have in a base. Gives you good protection. It's quite resistant to RPGs as well. It takes quite a few to destroy it. It's quite good to have. And I usually like to place them around a command tent or radio station, or the even better, the ammunition supply. In this case, if we needed to have, if we needed extra supplies, we've got a supply depot right opposite us. So we are here. The supply depot is right up here. It is protected by NPCs, so we will need to take them out first before we can go in with the trucks and load up supplies and bring them back. We're not going to bother with that now. There's no point in going into that detail. We're going to try and take the military hospital in Ohio. So we're going to have to go through town, where there might be a few more enemies that we can take out. We have to take out. So I'm just answering a message. And also this one, actually I might be able to cut through here. It's a short little shortcut, and I'll exit here and then follow this. So let's get ourselves a vehicle. So let's go. That's a very powerful gunner there. Haven't got enough supplies to spawn any of them at the moment. Cool. Let's go. Do I want to use this? I guess I can. What I'll do is I'll walk into town, take out those 3-4 NPCs left in there, and I'm quite confident that I will find a vehicle in there. There usually are. There you go. No, that's a destroyed one. Right. Let's take them out first. There's one. Look at him. Check him out. Ready? And he's down. Let's see if any others show up. No. And another one down. And there's one more. Those are probably the ones that killed me earlier. Payback is a bitch. There's a supply truck over there I can use. I don't really want to use a big truck for that, but whatever. Let's see if I can find something a bit smaller and faster. There's another one. Whoa. There's one down. And two down. Any more? There's a lot of them. 5. Wow. Nope, got one here. There's a little van over there I can use. I think I've taken them all out. So let's go grab that little van and move on. So yes, you can find vehicles around the map. Little towns, petrol stations, little house, sometimes in houses and stuff. So, yep, they're quite useful. Jump in and drive. Oop, watch where you're driving. You will learn to memorize the map pretty much as you play. Obviously, in this case, I pretty much memorized this bit here, so I know where to go. I just need to check the map once, and I memorize the roads and shortcuts. You use the shortcuts to avoid roadblocks and oops, a bit of a glitch there. To avoid roadblocks and pointless fights with NPCs, obviously. So what I did, I've cut, so from here I took this road here and I took it right here, and I'm basically coming out here now. And you can cut through fields if it's let's say if you have a vehicle that is appropriate to go off-road. You can cut through woods even. I think I just heard yep, that's an NPC over there. Yep, that was an NPC over there. Won't even bother with that. Have to stop here. Alright, nice parking, mate. Where's the brake? Okay, stop the engine. Cool. Let's get out. Let's hope he didn't follow me. No. Now, where we need to get is over there. Now that's a pretty heavily defended base. Let's have a look, see. Look at that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them just by the main entrance. 5. So we got 2. There's another 2 back there. So we got 2 machine gun nests. That's probably the first ones I need to take out. And then move position and try to take the other ones down. So, the silencer on. Yep, I'm gonna swap this with this. So that's 1. You hope they didn't spot me here, did they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that guy left the nest. 6, 7. Okay, another one is taking the round. Let's see if I can place myself somewhere strategic and take them out. Do I have visual? Kind of. Let's see. Okay, he's dead. The problem is I don't, if I lay down like this, they won't see me, but I won't see them either. A little bit more. There's another one over there. There he is. And that's down. And that's 3. And that's 4. Someone's thrown nades. Ah, bloody smoke grenade. Okay, there's a lot of them. Okay, he's down. Who's reviving what? Why did they throw smoke? Those are way too far. I mean, I could try and take them out, but it will take me quite a few shots. Let's see if anyone else took over the machine gun nest. Yep, someone did. What's that guy doing? Run, pussy, run! Oh, there's another one over there.
Alpha Main to Atlas, Red 1.
I have been promoted to captain.
Lieutenant,
Awesome.
in light of your exemplary conduct in the field, you have been promoted to captain. Don't
Why,
let us
thank
down.
you.
Out.
That's very nice. I like it a lot. Okay. Anyone going back there? No. Take quite a few of them out. Still a few left. So let's have a look. See. Those guys are all down. Oh no, there's one over there. And one right behind that panel. Okay. He's dead. How about that guy? Where are you going? Go back to the machine gun nest. Nope, There's no one by the machine gun nest. Where did he go? I don't want to get up because if they're hiding in the bushes there somewhere, they can see me. As long as I'm standing like this, I got more chances of not being shot at. And take, oh, there you are, you sneaky bastard. You did the same thing I'm doing. That cheeky monkey. Oh, hello. Ooh, that is a sweet shot there. Yeah, he's definitely down. Oh, hello. There's another one over there. Ah. I think he's dead. Come on, buddy. Woo! Caught him running. Any left? I'm sure there are. Oh, there he is. You cheeky bastard. Okay. Let's try and get close now. Best thing to do is take the upper hill. And we can have a scope around and see what's left. Now with NPCs it's easier when you snipe them from far away. Especially if you're laying down like that. They can't notice you, kind of thing. Whilst obviously real players, they will start looking and they will run around and yeah. They'll come outside the perimeter and try to find you. Or the ones that like the easy way will just start throwing rocket launchers at you. Rockets at you. Which I don't like that style. I really don't like the style of that. That's just using OP weapons just to have an easy win. Oh, hello there. What are you doing there, mate? Oof, go to sleep. Okay, now I know there was... Oh, there's one over there. And another two that I saw behind that container. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Will I be able to take that one? One is down. I'm running around like crazy. Opa, ran out of fuel. Down. Shot him again. Whoa, how many shots did you take, bro? There you go. Go to sleep. Alright. And they're all down, theoretically. Any left? Oh, there is one. What there was. I think I cleaned it up. Let's swap our scopes. Put this one back, put this one in. Swap the automatic. And let's go in. Oh, hello. Might need to take you out, my friend. Sorry. Am I able to shoot today? Jesus. There you go. There's quite a few of them here. Not strange at all. But it was fun. Now let's take this over. Here we have a helicopter, which can be repaired and used to fly. Or just decommission it. That will bring some resources back into the base, and then you can build. Once you have the helicopter platform, you can spawn your own helicopters. I'm going to try to build a platform here so you can see which ones you can have.
Alpha
Boom.
main to all stations. We've captured the FOB at Point Ohio. Out.
Here we are. Now this is a pretty big base. However, because of these buildings that are here, we're only able to place structures within here, here, this bit here, and here, as long as I get rid of the helicopter. And place something small around here. I usually do, because mainly when we get attacked, the enemy tends to arrive from this area here, which is upper hill and the tree line. So I tend to defend this part here. I normally place a few military, what you call them, machine gun nests, like here and here, like this, pretty much. Yeah. I think there's a gap in the wall. If I remember correctly, there was a gap in the wall right here, pretty much. So they can sneak through that, and they can come through the back here as well if they want to. So what we do, try to place another one here, see if it fits. No. Ish. Or if I place one of these, yep, that's better. There you go. And then one of these to it doesn't let me build it. So annoying. Yeah, whatever. No, let's do this first. Radio tower. Communication. Normally I be able to place it somewhere here. Canopy. Boom. Here. Somewhere. No. I think last time I did, I placed it about here. Which is not ideal because they can enter through that corner there. I always like to have it over here. So, this is really annoying because it doesn't let me place it anywhere. Or maybe here I could do it. Not ideal, but it works. And then we can put a helipad. However, I'm not going to be able to fly a... there you go, right here. Yeah. Nope. Little baits. Like here. Place this over here. The fuel over here. And the big truck. And we can place it over here. I know I found a way to place it here somehow, but I can't remember how I did it. Nope, not like this. Nope. There. There. So yeah, you probably struggle to get out with the truck. So when you spawn it, obviously you're not going to place it in the middle here. Sorry, you're going to spawn it over here. Place a bunker. Just about here. No, that's kind of pointless. So you can delete them. And then maybe we're going to place this in the end after all. I'll have to dismantle that helicopter first. So let's go put that thingy on. might take
Alpha
advantage
Main
and
to all
try
stations. We've
try
just
to see if
raised
I
the
can actually
transmitter
fly a
tower at
helicopter.
Point, Ohio.
Like I
Out.
said, I can fly it. I can't land it. So I will take advantage and try to practice a little bit more with that. Don't laugh at me, or I mean, feel free to laugh. I'm just shit at it, I know. Please excuse my French. I'll probably try to repair that one. And I'll show you how to do it actually. That's a good thing. I can show you how to repair a helicopter. You'll need a repair truck and with supplies in it. So you have to load supplies, and you will need a fuel truck as well to refuel the helicopter, obviously.
Alpha Main to all stations. A barracks has been constructed at Point, Ohio. Out.
You see these gaps in the wall. I normally cover those with the big sandbag walls, just to slow down the enemy when they try to penetrate the the perimeter of the base.
Alpha Main to all stations. Light vehicles are now available
What's
from
the
the
time?
depot at Point, Ohio.
9
Out.
p.m. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Is it getting nighttime again? Or is it just 9 a.m.? Can't tell.
Alpha Main to all stations. Fuel is now available from Point, Ohio. Out. Alpha Main to all stations. Heavy vehicles are now available from the depot at Point, Ohio. Out.
There you go. So we go with a repair truck. Point in that direction. We need some supplies, which we have around here? Oh yeah. Once you have these, you have to get close to the helicopter. As close as you can. Oops. And brake and stop engine. And just put the... What just happened there? Okay. Well, that's weird. Okay, whatever. I did not expect that to happen, but okay. Just put the ammunition supply in there, because if I'm gonna die, I want to be able to spawn close enough. So, ammunition supply in.
Alpha main to all stations. Supplies have reached point Ohio. Out.
If you try to jump in, you will see. It will tell you what's damaged. So you see, it's got no fuel. Needs the engine is damaged, and rotors, I think, are also damaged. So we're gonna exit. Okay, we're gonna go back here. Getting driver. Stop the bloody engine, as I did earlier, but okay. And there must be somewhere. Load supplies, unload supplies, no. There it is. Okay, open trunk. What? Not the helicopter bloody thing. There you go. So you grab the wrench, place it on one of the slots you have available. I normally do it there. And then select the slot with the wrench, and then you go around the helicopter and try to repair it. So there you go. Hull, major damage, and repair it. Boom, and that's done. And then you go around it, and it should show you repair engine. There you go. Done. Once it's fixed, it doesn't show it anymore. Okay. This damaged? Nope. Okay, let's try to jump on the top and see if the rotor is damaged. 7. Nope, nope. Seems to be alright. So let's try and get back into the pilot. And there you go. It's all repaired. We just need to fuel it. So we're gonna have to go grab a fuel truck. So we're gonna have to place this one away. In the driver's seat. Normally, if you drive over these, you should just take them all out. And then you should be able to build on them. Remove this. We decommission it because we don't need it anymore. We can recover some supplies, and then we're gonna spawn a fuel truck. Quest, fuel. There it is. Turn it around. Boom. I'm gonna take it close to. Oh, what's? I just need to figure out where the fuel is. I don't know where it is. Great. Let's see if it's close enough. So should fuel. Nope. Passenger open trunk. Nope. It's on the other side. Yep, there you go. Just gonna put 50%. That should do it. Now we can decommission this boy. Can I? Yep. And boom. Let's request some troops. Fire team.
1. Hold your ground.
Patrol team.
1. Hold your ground.
Machine gun team.
1. Hold your ground.
Place a couple of them over here. And a couple of them over here. That should be it. Now let's try and see if we can fly this thing. Oh, you're gonna laugh at this one. Right, our next objective. Oh, I feel so stupid. Our next objective will need to be We can either go. There you go. Let's try and go taking Montignac. And the reason for
Atlas,
this
Red,
is
1 to all stations. We're on task. Moving to secure point Hawaii. Out.
the reason being, from here we can take over the tower Entre Deux. Now this is a very strategic point to have. So there's the tower where you have to reconfigure it, and once you reconfigure it, it connects all this around you here. So it gives you connections up to pretty much all this half here. So you'll be connected to this. You'll be, I think, up to this one, which is normally connected to Tower Regina. So it is essential that once you take the radio tower, you take over this little base here and you reinforce this as best as you can. You need to have someone defending it all the time. The enemies will tend to take this point here, and this way, once they have this, they have access to pretty much everything else, especially this one. So let's gonna try. We are here. We're gonna try to go over here, and I'm gonna try to park to land. Oh boy. Let's see. I'm gonna have to try and land somewhere here probably. Maybe in this area here. Okay. Can't make promises, but I'm gonna try. How do I close the door? There you go. Close the door. Now, start the engine. And lift. Let's see if I can get there. Got blown up by these fuckers here. Alright, I'm gonna have to take these fuckers out first. Okay. Let's told you. At least, hey, I managed to fly it up. I didn't die by trying to land it. So I'm gonna try again, but first I need to take care of these fuckers. Wow. Okay. Let's see, what else can I build? Right, helicopter pad. That will go straight. I'll go like here, like this, yeah? No? Come on. There you go, boom. That's good. That's not bad there, actually. And then I have the mortar available. There it is. Don't have enough supplies for it, though. Okay.
Alpha Main to all stations. A helipad has been constructed at Point, Ohio. Out.
No supplies. Not enough. Right. No, let me try something else. I want to see if I can use the mortar, and if I can use it to blow up that base. Should have enough supplies now. Nope. There it is. Now, the mortar needs to be placed. I'll be able to put it from here. Now this is the mortar. Take mortar shell. We don't know where it goes. Right, so it is 35 meters. 040078. Okay. Let's see if this is something I need to 040. How? how do I do this? Okay. 040 078. Okay. This one. So that's the problem. No boom. No boom. See, there's no point. I don't know how to use it. Let's try and get this guy. Recruit.
All in.
There you go. Keep them busy. Ooh. Myself. Okay. Let me show you another cool thing. This. Oh, I haven't got enough supplies for it. Damn it. LAV. Now these are absolute beasts. Unfortunately, I can't get one because I don't have enough supplies for it. Anyway. I'm still gonna get myself a armored Humvee.
Covering fire. One. Under fire.
And I'm gonna go
Moving.
take that base out.
Squad, follow me. Squad, round up, find a vehicle. Squad, get in a vehicle. Squad, find some transport.
What is he doing?
Squad, on me. Squad, on me. Squad, find some transport.
Oh my god. He's done. Oh my god. Managed to take me out and I can't even see them. And wouldn't be surprised if someone shoots a Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Managed to get myself blown up again. These guys are good, aren't they? Okay. I'm gonna take you fuckers down.
Atlas, Red 1-1. This is Alpha Main. Listen, we're giving you the rank of Major, starting now. Just keep up this momentum. Out.
I saw one crawling back there. Where the hell is he shooting me at from? Ah, there you are.
All stations, this is Alpha Main. The enemy have lost Point, Illinois. We've seized the position. Out.
Now let's try one more time to get on the helicopter, after which I'm gonna get off. I just want to try and get to Montignac and see if I can land it. And I will continue the guide on my next stream. Sorry, I'm just focusing. So let's see, which ones can we have. Let's try the transport one. Let's see if it works. So you spawn the helicopter. Get into the pilot's place. Taking over. Whoop. Taking over Ravet. And let's try and go to Hawaii.
All stations, this is Atlas Red 1. We are Oscar Mike.
Wish me luck.
Attacking Point Hawaii. Out. Alpha Main to all stations. Friendly forces are under attack at Point Ohio. Out.
Whoop. Nope, no, we don't want that. I don't know where I am. go. I got completely lost. I didn't know which way I was going. So that's pretty much it. So theoretically from here I'm supposed to be going southeast, right? One more time. Southeast. Which means, so press K for kilo on the keyboard to pick up your compass. So I'm supposed to be going in that direction. Right? I'm going to try to place the helicopter in that direction. In that direction. Correct? Yeah. I just need to go forward, right? How high can I get? No! Okay. Well, I managed to land without dying. Unbelievable. I still can't figure out how to land it. So, let's leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this first part of my step-by-step how to take over Everon. We managed to take 2 bases so far, 2 main bases, build a few smaller ones. The next objective would have been Hawaii, Montignac, and then taking over the radio tower. And from there, once you have the connection of the radio tower, we'd be able to take Virginia, Pennsylvania, and potentially Louisiana, and that would have been our complete circle. Otherwise, the other option would have been move down the coast over here, take Wisconsin, Louisiana, and Virginia, or Pennsylvania, whichever is closer and easier to access. So it's a lot of strategic work to do in there. Coordinating teams is the cooperation between teams is quite essential as well. So it's good to have a good strong team that communicates and cooperates mainly. You'll end up playing with players, with other players that like to go lone wolf style and don't communicate and do whatever they want on their own. So yeah, good luck out there. Enjoy the game. Trust me, it's a fantastic game, has a lot of really cool features, and you'll enjoy it. So let me know if there's anything else I can give some advice on or show you how to do, apart from how to land a helicopter. As you can see, I'm quite dumb at it. So thanks again. Don't forget to drop a follow if you enjoy the video. I will continue doing this. And yeah, thanks again.